Now, I know the reason why I'm stuck in gold is because of numerous reasons. For one, I often tend to avoid being in the group chat or team chats because, I mean, I've basically did that. I've been through everything, filling in, basically, you know how it is, being in gold. Most people want to run a 3 DPS comp. I'm not a big fan of that. I personally think that running a 3 DPS comp only works if the people that are playing DPS are able to win the battles on their own and you're able to are able to create their own space and everything. But normally I'm just a regular guy with the 222 comp. But being in gold, like I said, I know the reasons. I know there's numerous reasons why I'm stuck in here. Like I said, one of them is me avoiding team chat, not communicating with the team. Of course, Overwatch is a team-based game, so if you're not communicating with your team, you're not basically if you solo queuing is basically a little bit of luck, but it's also some reasoning behind it. But it's not like anything you see in plat or above. And the reason I say plat or above because that's how far I've made it. Like a year and a half ago, I stayed around gold with 22, well, about 200 to 2200. I've been a gold player for most of the time I played Overwatch. I want to say back early in March or April, I finally broke into platinum, and it wasn't very high plat. It wasn't around 2700 or anything like that. It was a medium cap for getting into plat. I want to say 20 25 30 was I got in season 10, I believe, and I think the highest I got was 2606, which is not very high in plat. It's still low, and I felt so proud at the moment because of the fact that I finally made it here. I finally got out of gold, which I didn't ever think I was ever going to get out of in the first place. But one thing that I was doing back in March, early April, while I was playing Overwatch, was I was doing all the things. I was filling in with my teammates. I was making sure that we all had the right pieces, whether we was let one healer down or anything like that. I mean, I've been in games where I had a solo heal as Mercy. I've been in games where I had a carry as Diva. Like I remember I think it was like early August when the Nano Cola Challenge was going on with Diva and everything, and I decided to play a comp match. I ended up finishing with almost 50 something Eliums, which was gold. I had over 15,000 damage, which is gold, and objective time I think it was like 320. And the map was playing on was Dorado, which is a very hard map because a lot of people, if you check out channels like your Overwatch or Stylosa's Unit Lost Gaming, they teach you things that us gold people and the lower ranks do a lot. Like I know your Overwatch, Frito often says that don't ride on the payload. Which basically means that you don't have to start a fight with a payload set. You can go off and play anywhere else. I know it's like let me try to explain it. So like the first choke point on Dorado, you get the payload around the first building and it's about to take a right and it's going to be a little bridge up there. Well, a lot of teams a lot of teams try to stay on the payload, like near the payload, and try to go up under that choke point, and that really helps the defensive team out because it's hard for the attacking team to even like it's not they're not creating space. Is basically what I'm saying, and by feeding into that choke, you're basically just giving the enemy team ult charge, and everything I'm saying is like I said, it's just me going on a rant because like I said, I've done and been through all the stages of playing Overwatch. I've done a tweeted to a couple of pros that's in Overwatch League. A couple of guys like Dante, PvP Twitch. I really like those guys. Like I said, I also follow your Overwatch. I also follow Stylosa and other YouTube channels like that. And they tell me stick it out. It's like that anyway. And in a way I believe them because they are in high master, high grandmaster rank area around there, and it's hard for me to believe that they're that good and some of the problems that I deal with in gold still goes on out there. It's hard for me to believe that, but a couple of tweets that your Overwatch sends back to me is that they even have problems doing it itself. Me being a gold player and watching Styloso play, watching some of these pros play on Twitch, is it's not only it's the individual because like I said, Overwatch is a team game. I understand it, but it's like when I watch these pro players, doing their individual things, especially like Seagull. I remember seeing a clip of Seagull maybe one and a half weeks ago, maybe going on two. It was him playing the Symmetra, and it was one of the best plays I ever seen a player make in Overwatch. It was playing the Symmetra. It was on Blizzard World, and I believe it was just him, and he manages to kill almost the entire enemy team just by playing the Symmetra. I mean, it was pretty cool. Him throwing a teleporter down, teleporting back and forth. I remember him taking out a Reinhardt. I believe there was Diva or anything. But my point is basically the point I'm trying to make is that it's like when I watch grandmasters or masters play, or high diamond, if you want to go that low, is that I see the individual play that they're able to hold their own. And I don't like with gold. The biggest problem with gold players is that, me personally, from what I know, especially my own doing, is that we tend to play heroes that we shouldn't play in gold in the first place. Like I remember for a good bit, maybe for at least 2 months, I was trying to play Hanzo. The reason I was trying to play Hanzo is because I felt that because I'm a Tracer main. I've played Tracer since I've been playing Overwatch, and I believe I started playing Overwatch December 2016. So it's been about to go on 2 years now. So I've been playing it for that long, and the fact that Hanzo always appearing, I hated Hanzo because of the scatter arrow. You know, he's always one shotting me. That's I know that's been a while ago, but that's how it was. So I took my time playing as Hanzo and go, and I remember tweeting to your Overwatch and they telling me that I shouldn't be playing Hanzo and Go. It's just one of the heroes I shouldn't be playing with right now because it takes a lot of practice and a little bit of mechanical skill. You really need really good aim with the Hanzo. And I figured, okay, that makes sense, so I should be trying to stay away from him. And of course, I was mainly a DPS player as well. So the reason why I know I stayed in gold, the reason why I figured out that I've been in gold so much the entire time I've been playing Overwatch is because my focus was very limited. I wasn't broadening my horizon, if that's right, if that's the right, figurative speech to say. Uh, During the time, I was only playing DPS, a little bit of Tracer, Reaper, and Soldier. I believe those are the main three that I would really play about a year ago. Well, like I said earlier this year, I finally made it into platinum, and that's because Brigida had just came out, and I know there's a big controversy over the fact that Brigida is different from the rest of the heroes, that she doesn't really require a lot of skill to be good at, and I don't I understand why people hate Brigida. I understand the whole problem about the stun meta and everything, how it really pisses people off. I just The reason why I love Brigida so much is because this is what she makes me feel. When I'm playing Brigida and like let's say a diva on my team just dropped her ultimate and there's a Reinhardt blocking, maybe two teammates behind him with the shield. I know that if I time my shield bash right, excuse me, I was about to say white there. I know if I time my shield bash right, it's gonna not only not stun him, but the Davis bomb's also gonna be able to kill him and the two teammates that are behind him. And by making plays like that with Brigida, it kind of made me feel special. Kind of made me feel like that. I was understanding the game in a whole different level. And you do playing Overwatch for a long time, you'll get better at it. Like Diva, I remember that I always thought Shield Matrix is basically like my own little mini shield, and it never really worked for the team. Like, let's say McCree was shooting at me or Hanzo shooting his arrows, I would just put my shield, my Diva shield generator up, and I would just eat whatever they were shooting at me. I didn't realize that it kind of played into the fact that you can like eat ultimates like Maze, Zarya's, and Hanzo's stuff like that. And it's just game awareness is basically, I guess, the biggest point that I'm going to now is that my game awareness has drastically increased. And like I said, me being stuck in gold, it irritates me so much because I know I've done to say this maybe 4 or 5 times since I've been alive. I've done tried everything. The guy that feels all the time, the guy that works for the team, even though the comp that we're running isn't really good or anything like that. And I try not to be toxic. Me playing Overwatch, especially on console, a lot of people are toxic. You're going to run into that player that talks crap or anything like that. You're just gonna have this person talk trash. Me, the type of toxic that I get is normally I wait till the end of the match before I start ranting. You may hear me regard my teammates as trash or anything like that during the game, but I really start busting out at the end because it's kind of like Mari, the TV show. I know it's a really bad reference right now, but that's basically what I'm comparing it to because I just like to rate to the results we're in. And I know that you can't entirely, you know, consider like, oh, I have 3 gold medals. I basically carry the team. I know you can't really depend on that because it's just shooting things, getting elims and all that. And of course, anybody can, as long as you damage the enemy character, you can get an elim off that. I understand it, but with Overwatch, I mean, there is a lot of things that goes on that you can't keep stats of. Like I done heard your Overwatch YouTube channel say this as well, which I figured out on my own before I even saw the video they made, which I watched it and it really helped me understand what I was even thinking about in the first place. But yeah, there's a lot of things that goes on during the game that you can't even consider it effective. Like Diva ults, but not Diva ults, but Diva eating ults. Like I've done it. I put a little bit of practice to it. Like let's say there's an enemy Hanzo on the team. There have been times where like sometimes when I do it, it's easy. Other times it's hard. Like I remember one ranked match I played. You know, Zarya parked the graviton right in front of us, which the Hanzo was standing right behind her. So I knew that if I put my shield generator, I was able to be able to eat arrow, and no dragon strike was going to come and get us. I understand it, and like I said, it's just game awareness. I know I've been hearing the YouTube channels talk about getting a role queue and all that, and I I honestly don't know how that would work because the way I would look at it is like a faction. I know what I'm talking. I'm not what I'm talking about. I have an idea of, but I don't really understand it. So if somebody does go and watch this and they say I don't know what I'm talking about, you're right. Sorry about that. I got disconnected. But yeah, basically what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about in a little bit of sense, but if Overwatch did have factions, I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy about this idea, but the only way I can look at it is factions of tank players, DPS players, and support players. Which I know that majority of the players of Overwatch would probably play DPS because that's what I see a lot. Every time I get into a comp match, the first position that I see field or the role that I see field is DPS. Which I understand why DPS because it feels fun to shoot things and kill them. I've always been like that, especially since I've been playing Black Ops 2 back on the PS3. It feels fun to shoot things. But another thing that I believe why people are stuck in gold in the first place is because that's all they know how to do. Like me personally, back whenever I made it to gold, it was because of the fact that I was playing supports. Like I'm still not good at Ana or Anna, however you want to pronounce it. I'm still not good with her, but I have played a couple of comp matches and I rounded up finishing with about 12,000 healing. And I know that I should wait. Like I know the game sense a little bit, so like who to put to sleep. Like let's say there's an enemy Roadhog popping his ult, I know to put him to sleep. I understand her kit and everything in best way, but I just don't trust myself playing with her because of the fact that Ana Anna really it's not that she freaks me out, she just scares me because of the fact that she can heal her teammates and she can also, cause damage to the enemies. And me, I get it's a mindset. Like I tend when I play healer or support, I know that like when I play the Zenyatta is really easy. You just throw a healing orb, and I hope Blizzard doesn't never like touch him or anything because he's one of my favorite supports that I do have to go to if I ever play him. But Zenyatta is pretty easy. The only things I can say that you need to focus on when playing the Zenyatta is the discords. Call them out to your team if you are able, being a voice comp and all that. But let me rewind myself so I don't lose track. Like I said, the reason why I made it to play it is that I believe that I opened my horizons and stopped playing DPS and started playing support and a little bit of tank more. Before I get to the tank part of my experience, I just want to say, like I said, on support, Lucio, I definitely Lucio's. You see really good Lucio players that I watch. They're really good at booping people, knowing when to use speed boost, in the healing and all that. And I understand that too. Uh, when I say that I'm better with Lucio, it's in the fact that I'm good with his ultimate. His kit, I'm still having a little bit of trouble, with the whole I know really good Lucios that can contest a point forever. Like let's say we're playing on a payload objective based map, a ranked match, and really good Lucio, able, especially the team, especially in gold. This happens quite a lot. Lucio gets on a payload, and for some reason, my team seems that it's hard to kill. Normally, like I said, if I'm playing as Brigida, I know that I should stun the Lucio and get him off the payload. But I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked again. But Lucio, like I said, I understand him a little bit. Popping his ultimate. Like let's say there's a Junkrat tire, which doing so requires a very good how should I say timing, because Junkrat's even though Lucio's got his buff where it can cancel out a Junkrat tire, you still have to be very careful when you pop your ult because if you're like a second or two too early, that HP will deplete and your teammates will still get killed by it, even though you drop over 750 HP to them. So you got to be very close to the timing whenever you do that. And like I said about Zenyatta, I know when to use Transcendence too. Let's say a Nano Boosted Genji gets pops his ult and he starts going for my team. I say when I play like when I play ultimate support, knowing when to use my ultimate is pretty clear to me. Is because of just whenever the enemy team uses their ults, because that's basically what supports are. Make sure you protect your team whenever the enemy pops their ults or whenever the enemy is like gaining the upper hand or anything like that. So I know better. Like Zarya pops a graviton and there's a dragon strike coming. I know if I pop my transcendence, most of my team will get healed and we stay alive. Zenyatta, Mercy. Well, I get back to Mercy. But Zenyatta, Lucio, and Brigitte, I feel like I have a good grasp around them. Like I can play with them and be good. Not really good, but be good at them. Mercy, I've played Mercy. Like I said, I've been playing Overwatch since December 2016. So, I played with Mercy when her ultimate was just basically where you res the entire team. I love that Mercy. I feel like every time I played with her, it was pretty simple. The only thing about her kit that I could never really get a grasp on was her, Guardian Angel, which she can fly to teammate to teammate. And of course, when I first played Mercy, it was just to me like it was simple. Either put blue, heal your team, and oftentimes use the blue output, to make sure one of your teammates causes more damage. She was pretty simple, and when your team died, just go in for the res and you get out quick. So, like I said, I really love that Mercy, but the Mercy we have now is very complicated, especially with Valkyrie, because of the fact that I don't. It's not that I can get a grasp when to use Valkyrie. It's just that, well, I mean, I can't get a grasp of it. Like I know there's team fights going on. Um, I guess I can make it like I'm gonna try to make a similarity here. Like, let's say I'm playing as Arisa in a tank, which I know I said I'd get to in a minute. Me playing me playing Arisa. When I play Arisa, I know when to use Supercharger, and I mainly use it on the offensive side. Like, let's say we're about to get to on a payload map, which I know, like, let's say we're 10 minutes ago, and I have a supercharger ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put my supercharger down, put another shield down, and I'm basically going to try to get some frags off, so we can get the, like I said, I basically use her ultimate in offensive ring. Now with Mercy is a little bit more complicated because, like, let's say you're playing on Temple of Anubis, your team's rushing in, you have Valkyrie, and let's say you have a Reinhardt on your team, and your DPS have the ultimates too. Like, my my brain tells me, oh, I better use damage boost just in case we can get more damage out, maybe kill the entire team and go on for that. Well, at the same time, it's something as is what I should say is very conflicting. Like I said, with Mercy's Valkyrie and also with her healing, because her healing output drastically increases whenever you pop Valkyrie. With all your teammates, if all your teammates are closely together, everyone it's got you can see the yellow line going from each hero to hero. Everybody's getting healing, and even though, like, let's say all your teammates are full health, I still would put my healing output anyway, just for the simple fact that, like, let's say the enemy manages to hit a couple of big shots and my teammates are about to die. It's just, I guess you could say it's just me being extra precautious. And that's why I say Mercy to me is really hard to understand when it comes to Valkyrie. I believe everything else is part of her kit. Using Guardian Angel to get from teammate to teammate, make sure that it's not easy for you to kill. Stuff like that. Resurrection. Being in goal. The only time, really, the main reason why I see people resurrect a teammate or so is because the fact that they just want to go back in the fight. I don't Mercy players. I mean, I play with a few good Mercy players, and they would do this. But on average, Mercy players I do play with, like I said, they resurrect the teammate or so. It's just because that's the closest one, or they're just trying to get another teammate back in the fight. They don't never consider the fact that which teammate has ult charge, which teammate can pop the ultimate if you do revive them, or anything like that. And that's what really kind of makes me mad because of the fact that you basically wasted an ultimate that's on a 30-second cooldown, and you know you basically just wasted a really good cooldown. I know I just got started there, but I mean, I know I hear that Mercy's not in a good place right now. I understand that, but at the same time, I understand Mercy's not in a good place right now. But at the same time, from what I believe, being in goal, the meta really doesn't exist. And when I say that, I mean that even though Torb, even though Torb's got his rework, Soldier got buffed, McCree got buffed, Fair got reworked a little. So you have to be more direct. I still don't. I still don't. I mean, yeah, it changes the hero and everything, but at the end of the day, being a goal, to me it doesn't change the fact that my team's going to play whatever. Like I said, it's normally a 2-3-1 comp, two maybe two supports, three DPS, one tank, and yeah. So it basically it basically doesn't affect people in gold or below. Like when I guess I should say when I first played Overwatch and I first did my first competitive season, season 4 to be exact, I was placed 19. My score was 1971. My SR. That was you basically say that's one rank match away from being in gold. So you can say that when me playing Overwatch and like I said, keep in mind I was a tracer main, and me thinking back now the way I play, I wasn't very good with tracer at all. Like biggest problem with playing with Tracer, especially if you're a new player, is the fact that you're trying to get used to her mobility and all that. Because how fast Tracer is, it's really hard to you know move and shoot at the same time. I mean, it's easy for like I don't know. It's just you're moving around a lot. It's not that you're moving like back and forth while shooting. You're just literally moving around a lot. You're blinking here, you're blinking there. Just it's everywhere. And that's another thing. Her blinks. I saw Tracer and I thought the Flash. I mean, the reason why I like Tracer at the beginning in the first place because she's on the cover of the game, and normally I go for that. Like Pokemon, for example. When I was younger, Pikachu would be my favorite Pokemon because of just the fact that he was a mascot for the franchise or for the company. And since Tracer was the mascot for Overwatch on Solar Curve, I was like, wow, she's pretty cool. And as soon as I got my hands on her, I was like, wow, she is pretty cool. And it got even more exciting when I discovered her lore or her backstory and everything inside the Overwatch, universe and all that. That made it even more awesome. So that's why, besides Brigitte, I say Tracer is my favorite character inside the Overwatch universe. I know I'm blabbing. I know I'm blabbing. I know I'm talking about a lot. I just needed to rant because, like I said, you can't go to a friend and talk about Overwatch, especially because some of my friends don't play Overwatch or they don't play games in general. So to them, it just seems like I'm just complaining about a lot of shit they don't understand. So what I want to start doing, especially like after I get out of the comp match, like I just did with the Widowmaker, who wasn't really hitting any shots, I'm just going on YouTube and rant, and I'm not doing it because I want people to watch me or anything. I'm doing it because I just need somewhere to go, and I figured I can get a good laugh out of it. Maybe tomorrow or sometime this weekend, I can go back and watch myself, hear myself talk and everything. But another thing that another thing that I want to say is don't. I mean, me talking to Stylosa whenever I do get to treat to him and he responds back, which I'm very grateful for because it's almost like a celebrity. I know it's like if I had to make a similarity, it's like let's say you're uh, let's say one of your favorite singers, no matter what genre it is. I'm not going to be specific. Let's say one of them you tweet to them and they respond back, they like it, and they respond back to you saying, "Oh, you're awesome" and something like that. That's basically how I feel when YouTube channels like your Overwatch or Stylosa they treat back to me, and I find that really cool. And me doing that, I found that you shouldn't be playing heroes like Hanzo, Widowmaker, and lower ranks because you're just basically wasting your time. It's not that like you can be really good with Widowmaker, but your teammates won't know how to play around her. Like when I watched the pros, especially during the double sniper meta, okay, my favorite. And also, before I just want to butt in, my favorite team was the London Spitfire. Been since early January. I remember us winning the Stage 1 Cup. I thought like, yeah, we want to win it all. If you did watch the Overwatch League, you all know that the Spitfire wasn't really looking good at during stage 3 or 4, or stage 2 and 3. Not I didn't mean to say 4, my bad. But we finally picked it up at the end, and that series against LA Valiant, we really turned it around. I mean, everybody, if you watch, like I said, if you watch Overwatch League, you know the whole story. But yeah, I done had got into a couple arguments where people think I bandwagon London Spitfire because they won the championship. Nope. I've been a fan of them since late December, early January when the league started and everything. Prophet was my favorite player for a while until I started seeing how Birdring plays. So I started liking him more. I definitely like Fisher too. So he's pretty good. But all things aside, back to what I was saying. Me talking to players like Dante too. Dante plays for the San Francisco Shop. He's a Sombra main. The reason why I reached out to him in the first place is because my girlfriend, I finally got her to play Overwatch, and she wanted to play Sombra. I told her that because at first she was like, "Oh, I've been hearing that a lot of people say Sombra sucks." So what I did is I reached out to your Overwatch and Dante. I both tweeted to them saying, "Is it good to play Sombra, in the meta right now?" And I know I said that in the meta. I know I said that in the meta. It doesn't really matter where I'm at, but I just wanted to impress her because, like I said, she's my girlfriend. I just wanted her to think that Sombra sucks. So, like I said, I tweeted your Overwatch, and I basically say, is Sombra a good pick right now in the meta? And of course, the Doomfist, well, the whole control meta going on right now with Doomfish. The reason why I say Doomfish is because of the fact that the Halloween skin and all that. I mean, if you logged in, if you got it, cool. I won't mind getting it myself, even though I don't really play Doomfish. Um, yeah, like I said, I tweeted it down and I was like, is Summer a good pick right now? But Dante said, in a scenario where the enemy has Doomfish, Hammond or Wrecking Ball, whatever you want to call them, in situations like that where you can hack them because those are characters that really depend on their mobility and to get around. It's kind of like Tracer too, but Tracer, even though Tracer's not, you can say Tracer's not in the top tier in the middle right now. I mean, she's still Tracer. From what I heard, and I believe it too, Tracer has the highest skill cap. So if you play Tracer and you're really good with her, and you definitely want to get to you can definitely make it to the top 500 and everything. And I'll get into that in a minute, but let me finish. Like I said, I tweeted to them. No, I just wanted my girlfriend. I just wanted to show her that Sombra's excellent, a good spot in the middle right now. That convinced her to play Sombra, and she's been playing Overwatch for. It's probably going on for about a month now, which I'm really proud of because it's kind of fun, to have a girlfriend, that plays video games and has fun with you. But anyway, back to the point. Tracer, high skill count. I've done had people in your Frito from your Overwatch tell me this. I've done heard Stylosa say this, and I tell people this because I play on console, play on PS4. And me being it, like whenever I get into a rank match, and let's say I'm having a conversation while we're waiting for let's say we're waiting on attack, and I would say something like Tracer has the highest skill count. Like, oh no, it's Genji, or oh no, I don't believe that. Honestly don't know what people do. Like, I don't know if they take Overwatch as serious as I do. But yeah, whenever I tell people that, especially in gold right now, they don't never believe me. Uh, I think that I think people in gold. I don't have a. I wish there was a way I could find the statistics to show me where most of the people are that play on console. Uh, I am very, very. I would be very, very proud to meet somebody who's in top 500 or they're a grandmaster on console. I don't think I ever have. Um, I think the highest person I met, I added him as a friend, played with him a couple of times, was Diamond. I grouped up with him. I remember grouping up with him with maybe one or two matches, and wow, it was hard. I remember we was being I think the first match we played on was Junkertown. Oh yeah, this was probably back. I want to say early February, the latest, and we was playing on Junkertown, and we got spawn count. And I kind of felt bad because I feel like I took his SR away when I told him, let's play a ring match. I mean, he said, I don't know if you guys really want to, but I convinced him. I was like, yeah, because of my curiosity, I just want to try it out. And like I said, I feel like we took his SR away because we really couldn't do anything. You can tell when somebody's better mechanically than you in the game, and that's why I felt for me. I kept as soon as I step out of the spine, no matter what hero I was picking at, teamwork was there and everything. That's why I say I'd be really proud to meet somebody who's in Grandmasters on console because you're basically. I'm not trying to be cheesy or anything, but you're basically would be like an idol because of the fact that you're on a high level and everything. And like I said, I know I've done heard stuff that heard stuff that it's the same. You have the same problems no matter what rank you are. I don't believe that. I feel like the higher you get, the better better it should be. It's almost like heaven. I'm stuck. I guess you could say I'm stuck in. I know I shouldn't be making a. It's just an analogy. I don't mean it in any religious thing, but let's say Grandmaster. The way I look at it is Nirvana. Teammates are actually working together. You have a good team. You're running a comp that works and everything like that. So I see that thing happening in Grandmaster, Masters, or Diamond. That's the highest. Plat, high plat. I would throw up there in Nirvana. Low plat, where I was at, gold and silver. Well, mid silver to the high silver, I would say, is kind of like Earth. Life sucks or it's shitty, and that's how it is. Being in gold, it's shitty. I mean, I'm not saying that whenever I do get into a match that people. I'm not saying that whenever I do get into a match that people don't be on the mic. They do. I have matches where it's pretty good. Teammates work together and everything like that. But I'll say 75% of the time, it's not like that. I have a person that insta locks Widow. I know that's a PC reference, but that's basically what people do. They run it. They rush and select Widow. Um, Running in 3 DPS comps. Want to run cheese comps like a Bastion, Reinhardt, Mercy damage boosting a Bastion, stuff like that. And that's another thing. Like I've I've done have my fair share of experiences on cheese comps. I'm not a big fan of, really not. You all know, like pharmacy, Mercy and Fire. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, it's a good strategy. It works, but I'm just not a big fan of it. Uh, like I said, Bastion with the pirate ship and everything. I'm not a big fan of. And I don't get me wrong, I've done it, because it wasn't my decision personally. I had a teammate who was really he was kind of good with Bastion, and he wanted to run pirate ship. And I'm not saying that I know I said I was going to talk about my team play. Yeah, I do that in a minute. Uh, I was when I say that I'm not really good at Arisa. I mean, I'm good with her, and holding it like I understand how Arisa works with the whole bunker situation. Now I hear Stylosa talk about this a lot, and I understand what he's saying. Um, and that's what was really cool about the London Spitfire. Cause that was one of the only few teams that was running Arisa during the playoffs. And I remember seeing a play where, God, I believe it was Gester. No, uh, huh? I believe it was Gester on a Arisa main tank. Anyway, he uses Holt. He pulled who was it? Oh yeah, the LA Valiant. He used his Holt the up there where it was coming from the spawn room, and I believe it's who was it? I can't remember who was playing Roadhog. I need to look at my roster again. Like the Overwatch League's been off for almost going on 3 months now, so it's been a while. And it's first season, so it's not like I'm a big basketball fan. I can tell you my whole roster in Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm a big fan because I've been watching it since I was a kid. So no, Overwatch League only being out for one season. It's hard for me to remember all the players and everything. Ones that I besides the ones that I watch highlights of and everything. But like I said, I remember the player using Arisa's Holt. But they pulled it up where the teammate who was playing Roadhog can like get a visual on. And as soon as Holt pulled in a couple of people, he threw his hook in, and he snatched. It was a Hanzo that he snatched, and then they killed him. The whole team jumped on and killed him. Well, that's when I see plays like that, it baffles me because I really want to be able to do that one day. I play over. I'm going to keep playing Overwatch even though I complained about it 24/7. It's just Overwatch is something that I love. At the end of the day, it's not that the game I fell in love with. Well, it is, but it's actually the lore and the backstories of all the characters that I fell in love with. So that's the biggest thing that you can take away from this. If anybody ever does watch this, that's the biggest thing to take away from me is that I play Overwatch not because of the game. I mean, the game is fun, even though I do like rage a lot. It's fun. I mean, of course, any gamer knows that if you really love that game, you're going to rage on it because this is what you do. You love it that much. At least that's how I say it anyway. I may be wrong. But yeah, stuff like that, I really, I don't know. Like I said, the main thing to take away from this is the fact that I fell in love with Overwatch because of the story, the backstory, and all that. And I would be really excited if they do a Netflix series, release a movie. And another thing I want to talk about is, the whole, oh, it's Halloween Terror all over again. This sucks, blah blah blah. I I don't have a single problem with it. Because of the fact that whenever because I don't like playing on arcade. Like the reason why I say I don't have a problem with Halloween Terror being the same again is because there's a game mode that I can go and play and actually enjoy. I have fun. I've done to play Junkenstein probably 100 times already. I've done to had fun playing every time, and hearing Doctor Junkenstein or his monster and all that. I just love the story over and over. I don't mind playing it over and over. And like I said, it's really good for me to calm down and play because of the fact that I play calm. Things don't go the right way, or you just tired of playing quick play. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is it frustrates you, and I go to play Junkenstein's Revenge because of the fact that it's just like I said, stress reliever. I wish Overwatch had, and what I'm trying to say is I wish Overwatch had more game modes like this. I mean, when the event comes around, you have Like Uprising, I had really fun playing Uprising because of the Miss the Italy thing with Reaper, McCree. I forgot what you call it. Yeah, what's called Uprising, but I forgot the whole storyline and all that. But you play as Reaper, Genji, McCree, or more. And when we get like game modes like that, I really love because it puts you in a story of Overwatch. You can play the events that happen, and I just really loved it. And I've done it like when people talk about what do you want from Overwatch, I basically want story mode. I feel like that I don't when I say I don't think the developers don't care about us, the fan base, I really think they do because why in the hell would we get free maps or free heroes? Why would the DLC be free? And why would we get updates? If they fix characters and everything. Like I don't think they don't care about us whenever they give us the same events or anything like that. But I would love to have a story mode or a campaign for Overwatch. I don't care if they release a mobile app where it's for your phone. You play on your phone. Let's say it's like one of those RPG games. You collect the heroes. You like upgrade them with equipment and all that. I wouldn't even mind if it be like that. But anything that gets me entangled within the Overwatch universe, dealing with the Omnics, the like, there's some things you just want to figure out, like Reaper. Uh, I feel like Reaper, and I know I've done heard the game devs say this a lot. Reaper is one of those characters. Like if there was an enemy, you would keep your eyes on Reaper 24/7. Like Reaper, he's just that guy because him being Gabriel Reyes, starting with Overwatch and all that, turning to the bad side. That's like one of the best character arcs you can have, and I feel like that if an anime did come out for Overwatch, I feel like that would be one of the main points that they do for the whole thing and all that. And I think that'd be good. Like I said, biggest thing I want is a a single story mode for Overwatch or anything like that. Like I said, I just get tired of the multiplayer experience. Is basically what I'm saying. I've never been a big fan of multiplayer games in the first. Well, the multiplayer genre in the first place. Well, besides like MMO RPGs or RPGs in general. Basically, what I'm saying is, uh, I don't want to say Call of Duty because Call of Duty, every match you play, you can go off on your own. I remember. No, I'm not as good as I once was. I know it's kind of ironic to say, but at one point, when I was still in high school. I just graduated earlier this year in June. But I remember my ninth grade year, I would come home, play Black Ops 3. I would get about 30 to 35 kills a game, whether it was. I play hardcore, just so you know. So I don't play core. I find it unrealistic. But when I play hardcore, team deathmatch, kill confirm, one of those game modes, I would go off and get about 30 kills by myself and or anything like that. Like I said, I can't say COD. I can't relate to COD because on Call of Duty you can carry your team. Overwatch you can't do that. And I think that's one thing that frustrates me is that you can't. Well, you can. You just got to be very freaking good with your mechanical skills, like Jay Jonak, who plays for the Excelsior, New York Excelsior. If you're one of the type of players, good for you because you can carry your team when nothing's working out. You can probably have 5 DPS on your team, and I'm pretty sure somebody like DeFran, I'm pretty sure he can carry his team if he was where I'm at, which I'm pretty sure they all have been. But they're in high. We're masters now. But yeah, the multiplayer experience, the people basically what ruins Overwatch for me. The I know I'm toxic. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not guilty. I'm not innocent anyway. I've did the whole raging on my teammates. Blaming my teammates and all that. And like I said, I understand why I'm in goal because of the fact that I tend to avoid being in team chat. I tend to. There are times when let's say we already have another DPS. I still pick Tracer. I still pick Soldier or anyone like that because I just feel frustrated. Uh, I guess I can talk about my tanks now. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, which is good because I need it to feel like this. I need to get it all out before I go back on Overwatch and get mad again. I might just come back again. So, um, me playing tank, Diva, Diva's I would say is my favorite tank. Lore rise, and gameplay as well. Like I said, I played with Diva. I believe I had 30 hours on her. In total, I probably have about 420 hours on Overwatch. I know this. I know it made it seem like a lot, but yeah, 420 hours. Most hours I got is on Tracer with 66 or 67. I believe Diva's next with 38 to 39 hours. And like I said, I played with Diva. I don't have 100 hours or 1,000 hours like some of the pros do. So It's not that I'm saying I'm really good with D.Va like that, but I feel like she's my best tank that I can play. And like I told you earlier in the video, or in the stream, when I play with D.Va, there are times I just pop off. Um, like I said, because being a goal, there's a Widowmaker normally on every other comp match that you play. And for some reason, they believe that D.Va can't touch them if they're like far away. I do my best to get to a Widowmaker and I shut her down. I use my thrusters, I shoot my missiles, and I normally finish it off with the melee kill and bam, I take her out. I basically know I'm a dive tank, and I know that anybody like a Zenyatta, Widowmaker, I'm pretty good. Like characters like Zenyatta, Hanzo, or not well Hanzo. Hanzo, I have to be careful with because of Storm Arrow. You know, it was a different story when he still had Scatter. As long as I absorbed Scatter, it was pretty easy. But you know, Storm Arrow, you basically have to. It's a fight that you win or you lose. Mainly on the fact that if the Hanzo's not good enough to wait until you run out of your matrix and he tries to shoot you anyway, you just eat all the arrows. But like let's say the Hanzo waits and he waits for me to use all my shield generator. Then he shoots his storm arrows. Yeah, it's a fight that I can't win. But characters like Zenyatta, McCree, Widowmaker, I basically can pop off and kill most of them. And things go like that too. Like let's say there's a the enemy D.Va. Normally I outplay them, and another thing that I believe that if you're a really good tank on your team, you can basically carry your team, or not carry your team, but you can push them forward in a really big way. Uh, that's why I guess I can give another. I guess I am really proud of all the other tank mains that play Overwatch on console and also PC. I'm not trying to keep PC or anything. If you play tank and you play tank every match, even though your team's already got, or even though your team's probably got like 3-4 DPS, it's really cool. I admire that and everything. Like I said, I done heard your Overwatch say that if you're really good at tank, you can carry your team. And I often feel like that sometimes when I'm in a comp match and I have to play D.Va as a tank, because most of the time that I do play, we already have a main tank, whether it's a Reinhardt. It's either Reinhardt or Zarya that I normally run into when there's another player who plays tank. It's normally those two picks. When I play main tank, Orisa is my go-to pick. I've played Winston a couple of times because of the fact that they have it. The enemy team, it'd be like a silver border rank Genji who think he's a one-shot trick and all that. And believe me, there's a lot of those in gold too. There's a lot of one-shot trick Genjis. I would play Winston, to keep him off my team. Also, Winston's really good with Nano, being able to take out and all that too. Yeah. Also playing as Winston, like I said earlier about Lucio being on the cart, payload and everything. I would play as Winston. Like let's say I'm frustrated. Like let's say I'm playing as D.Va. My aim with D.Va is really good. Like I said, it's really good when it comes down to focusing when I'm thirsting. Like when I'm charging, flying towards a character like a Widowmaker or Zenyatta, like I told you. My aim is pretty good. It's normally spot on. I can get a quick kill or get a quick frag like that. And of course, I'm not going to throw tanks there because you can hit a tank anyway, no matter what character you play as, or unless you're really bad. But yeah, my aim is D.Va is really good, but Lucio, if he has a speed boost on, he's kind of hard to hit. Uh, when I play with characters, I've hit a couple of shots. My aim's not good enough. Basically, what I'm saying, my aim's not good enough to take out a Lucio in one clip. I would basically, like, let's say I was playing as Tracer. Like I had my times where playing as Tracer, I would have to use 2 or 3 clips just to kill a Lucio. I know that's bad, but it's just that my aim's only around 28 to 30% with Tracer. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I really don't know. I know it's nowhere near as good as pros. Otherwise, I'd be able to carry my team. But yeah, I play as Winston whenever I have to. My IQ with Winston, my game awareness, I believe it's really good. Simple things like D.Va throws his ult. You can jump over there, and put the shield bubble down over it, and boom, the D.Va's ult not going to kill your teammates or anything, unless your teammates are stupid enough to go inside your bubble. Uh, I know that I need whenever I jetpack, whenever I jump into the air with my jetpack, I know the closer I land to the enemy or anything like that, the more damage it does. So I know that anything. So yeah, like I said, normally I do play Reinhardt sometimes, and like I said, I golf with Reinhardt too. Like Reinhardt, when I play Reinhardt, I guess it depends on my team. I know that if I had reliable healing, I know I can be a little reckless. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm one of the type of people that if I don't have healing, I'm just going to keep my shield up 24/7. I don't do that. Basically, what I'm saying is I feel a little bit more. I can be a little bit more reckless or carefree. I can go in there and charge, knowing I have an Ana. Well, anyone who plays, somebody who plays Ana, I know I can have a good teammate come or heal me anyway. So yeah, I play Reinhardt a little bit too as a main tank, but mostly it's Orisa and also Diva. Me playing this tank, I understand that. I understand how the game works. The tanks are required to create space for your DPS. The DPS are required, to get the kills or help kill the team. And the support is make sure your team stays alive and all that. I kind of I don't like how DPS players think they're so high up. I don't feel like they're because I met a lot of DPS players and they feel like they're not that they're better. They just feel like they're more important than the rest of the roles, which I don't think so. Because either way, whether you're playing as Ana, whether you're playing support as Ana, Lucio, Zenyatta. In fact, Zenyatta. Sometimes Zenyatta, when I play Zenyatta, I do more damage than my DPS. I know I can. I know it's because of Discord and everything, but still, Zenyatta. Zenyatta's hard to hit with his projectiles. You have to be really good aiming unless they're standing still. So, yeah. But sometimes, basically what I'm saying is that DPS players serve to think they're more important than any other type of player, whether tank or support. At the end of the day, no matter what character you play as, you can all cause damage. Like I said, whether you're playing as Lucio, Ana, you're going to be shooting things and all that. Tanks, in a way, tanks should have more elims. I know DPS players think they should have more damage. Well, the damage category, I guess you can give to damage players or DPS. But when it comes to elims and objective eliminations, that definitely goes to tanks because tanks are the ones that go on the point, hold it down, create space, make sure your DPS can go do their thing and all that. So tanks, I believe tanks, from my personal experience and everything that I've learned, I believe tanks are the most important thing for your team because they do a lot. They do a lot, even though you may not notice it and all that. Whether even if the player is good or not, tanks. Well, I'm not talking about players specifically, but tanks to me, like I said, tanks are the most important. I know supports are important too, but I believe tanks are the most important with everything that they can do, and the capabilities and all that. Uh, I talked about that. Is there anything else I want to rage about? Also, I'm probably going to share this to my arcade thing. So anybody, anybody who does watch this and they feel like they understand me in a way or anything like that, yeah, just share it. Show your friend. See, see if there's another goal player that can relate or anything like I'm saying or something like that. I wanna try to talk. I wanna try to make it last for at least an hour. So I know I got like another 12 minutes and 14 seconds to go. So it's kind of crazy. I know. I'm trying to think of something else I want to talk about. Oh yeah, well I guess I can talk about Hammond because I know I left him out. Hammond, I've done seen like I said, I've done watch pros play with him, and they do a heck of a good job using all of his abilities like that in his kit. Um, with Hammond, me being a goal, I think the biggest problem if I do try to play Hammond is that my team wouldn't know how to play around me. Uh, I don't normally see a dive comp setup anymore. With Diva, Winston, or Hammond. I don't normally see a dive comp anymore. It's normally a shield tank and a dive tank. Half and half. Um, Hammond. And I done heard the people that are watching YouTube say this. Your team, especially when you're at low rank, where I am now, the team wouldn't know how to play around Hammond. Uh, and also, I feel like Hammond's, even though like I said, I watch pros do a lot with Hammond. At the same time, I feel like he's kind of easy to counter and everything. Sombra, of course, Sombra can do a lot with her hacks, but she can really shut down Hammond with his when she hacks him because he can't roll away, and basically all he has is his two cannons on the side of his mech or robot suit, whatever you want to call it. And I don't feel to me if even if you are really good with Hammond, I don't think he does enough damage to. Well, I mean, if you like surprise a Widowmaker, yeah, you can kill her on impact, but other than that, when a Sombra hacks you and you put down, you can't power drive away, you can't power drive, or you can't even swing away or grapple away. You can't. I feel like Hammond just gets shut down too quick, so that's why I wouldn't really try to play him. It's not the fact that my team wouldn't know how to play around him. It's just that I feel that he's too easy to counter. Uh, Brigida, he can stun. Brigida can stun him easily. McCree as well, and stuff like that. Junkrat, I don't really hear people say Junkrat counters Hammond and a soft counter anyway, but I believe he does with the trap and everything. If you can predict, I mean, yeah, you can say just put your trap down and hopefully he gets caught into it, but me, I like to put a little bit of effort in everything I do. So if I can predict where my hand is going to go, I'll put my trap down and get them stuck in there. And anyway, anyone that gets stuck in jungle trap can't really do anything. Excuse me, I'm gonna get something to drink. Yeah. So that's why I don't play Hammond. So I guess it's all about tanks. But like I said, I know why I'm stuck in gold. I think right now I'm sitting at 2160, 2170, somewhere around there. Very low gold. Like I said, I know the reason why I'm stuck in there. And if you guys don't believe me that I've been in plat, I'll take a screenshot of my career record and all that, and so I can show you. But yeah, I guess I can talk about where the game's going and how I want it to go. I feel like this. I feel like I'm really cool. I really like the Torpy work. He's definitely a fun character that I like play more. This happened a lot. It happened with Symmetra when she got her rework earlier this year. I messed around with her a little bit. I don't play with her in comp anymore. I do mess around with her quick play sometimes. Uh, she's really good. I feel like on control maps, like you have to capture both points A and B, like Temple of Anubis. I like her then, but I don't play with her whenever it comes to the payload or anything like that. That's another thing. My team. I know that if there's Symmetra on any team, enemy team, it's basically like a list. Take out all of her turrets and then go after her because the longer Symmetra stays in the fight, the more powerful it gets. Because because of her gun and all that. The longer it charges up, the more damage it'll do. And one thing that I see in gold is there's an enemy Symmetra on the team. Like let's say there's a Reinhardt. Let's say you're playing as Reinhardt, or well, not you, or let's say there's a just player playing as Reinhardt, and there's a Symmetra on the enemy team. Things that I see is I would see the Symmetra just sitting there getting charged from the Reinhardt shield because he doesn't put it down. Reinhardt players, if you're in gold, just put your shield down and swing, because of the fact that the longer you keep your shield up, the more charges she's going to get, and eventually she's going to break the shield pretty quick, and she's going to be sitting here doing like I believe it was like 120 damage per second, I guess, or something like that. And she's going to be doing a lot of damage quick to you. And I know you have 500 HP, but believe me, that can go away pretty quick if you don't take her out fast enough. Reinhardt swing, I believe, does 75 damage every time you swing. So just basically what I'm saying is take her out quick. And that goes for the team as well. If you see a Symmetra team, enemy Symmetra, you definitely should be like prioritize her as a primary target besides the healers on the other team. But yeah, like I was saying, I really love the Tor rework. I also love the fact that they fixed Pharah, afar or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a far. I believe I probably don't even have 5 hours on far because of fair. I don't really touch her unless I have to play 1v1 limited duel with her or something like that, or a mystery duel with her. Um, like I said, I don't really touch her with anything like that. I feel like that. Uh, I know the people that I watch on YouTube they called it a nerf for console players. I don't see how. I mean, I guess you could say it is in a way because you have to be more precise with her hits. But like I said, I don't play fair, so I wouldn't understand. If somebody watching this plays fair a lot, maybe you can like comment or tell me how hard it is to play fair now, or I don't know whether you play on PC or console. I heard that you can't really tell there's a difference on PC, but it's more on console. And you know, people on YouTube said that Fair was like really dominant on console, and I believe that because of the farm seal mercy. I I'm not I'm not even good enough with soldier to take out. I'm good enough with soldier. Like let's say it's just a far by herself. I'm pretty good with her to take her out. Normally, if I'm doing it right, if I catch her off guard, I can take her out my one clip. But sometimes it just takes me two because of the fact that with soldiers auto after they buffed it now where it's 9 shots, but after 9 shots now your accuracy gets a little bit wear off, and he still has damage follow. So far she's pretty far away. It's still gonna be hard to kill. Uh, yeah, but like I said, if it's a far by herself, I can shoot her, take her out on one or two clips. I had some friends tell me that McCree's actually better. McCree's a two tap now if you hit her in the head twice, which is you're pretty good if you can. But me, it's a body shot, so it's going to take 3 shots or more. And well, I should have mentioned earlier that about 2 weeks ago I did put in some practice with Widowmaker, and Widowmaker is surprisingly good with Far. Uh, I've heard your Overwatch say that Yeah, Far may seem like a Widowmaker may seem like a good pick against Far, but if the Far catches you off guard or catches you while you're trying to get a good aim out on the enemy on the team or anything like that, she's basically going to kill you. And I agree with that, but you have to be pretty. I feel like your game sense has to be pretty low if you put yourself in a bad spot with Widowmaker. Uh, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Widowmaker, and I know I'm getting off track, but don't get me wrong, I'm not a Widowmaker. I'm not a Widow hater or anything like that. Like, 'cause I just feel like that being a goal, people shouldn't play her because the team don't know how to build around her, and also that when it comes to, like I said, from my personal experience, the biggest thing that I experienced playing with Widowmaker is shield tanks. You have to get around shield tanks in order to get a good shot on the enemy team, whether no matter if they're DPS, their tanks, or their heals. If they got a shield up like a Reinhardt and most of the team's hiding behind the shield, you're going to be wasting a lot of time playing as Widowmaker to sitting there and trying to shoot that shield down. Yeah, you do 120 damage every shot, but it takes what, at least. I'm not saying it's very long, but Widowmaker shot has to charge up. It goes from 30 to 60, 90 to 100%. Uh, Hanzo's a little bit different because of Storm Arrow. Use Storm Arrow, you can take the shield down pretty quick as long as your team focuses down the barrier. But of course, we're not in one of those metas no more. You don't. It's not about who breaks the shields first or anything like that. But yeah, back to the point. I'm not like I said, Widowmaker. She's a pretty good. She's a good counter at far, as long as you put yourself in a good position where you don't get. You're not easily able for far to come at you. At the far shooting her missiles very long range, it's going to be pretty hard for her. So you definitely have the advantage. And like I said, pharmacy. Yeah, I played. Like I said, I played the soldier. Put some practice into it. I had some friends tell me that McCree was better, but from my experience, if I get good enough, where I can play Widowmaker in goal, and have my team work around me, which I'm not going to do it because I've already tried playing Widowmaker in comp. I basically lost like 80% of the games I played because, like I said, the team doesn't know how to play around me. Um, that's probably why I dropped from playing it this season in the first place. I wasn't playing it for at least a good week or two before I started fucking around with different characters. But yeah, instant locking down, one tricking down, stuff like that. Yeah, but I believe that Widowmaker is a really good pick for against the pharmacy because while Mercy's gliding, she kind of moves slower. If you have your muscle memory and everything on point, you basically take her out in two shots. Which what's Fair gonna do then? I mean, yeah, the Fair is probably gonna be focusing you down, but you basically you just gotta be focused about it. Yeah, the Fair may hit you once or twice. Of course, now like I said, it's a nerf. Now the Fair is gonna have to hit you dead on impact to get because the splash damage is reduced. So the Pharaoh's definitely gonna have to hit you. It's no more getting she landed a missile 2 or 3 meters near your feet. It's done and did 40 damage. So basically, what I'm saying is you just got to focus. Focus Mercy. I guarantee you that if you kill the Mercy, the forest gonna probably go away. Yes, she may try to kill you if she gets good enough to land a body shot or two on you to kill you, or even if she just get you low health, she's probably just gonna keep coming after you and chase you down, just to try to kill you back. But if she doesn't hit any shots on you and you can take out Mercy, most likely what the Far is going to do is just run away. So I know that's a lot to say about the Far we work. That's just my whole experience and what I think about Far. Of course, I play McCree here and there. He's a really fun character if you know what you're doing. He's also really good if you know what you're doing. Headshots, legendary, two taps. It's really good. Yeah, like I said, they fixed his roll. They fixed his roll. That cooldown 6 seconds. So I don't. Maybe somebody who's watching this is McCree main can tell me how that is. The I guess it's better, to get away now or have more ability. Soldier, of course, like I said, with his shot increases up to 9 now before his actually start falling off. So that's good when it comes to aiming. Uh, I've seen a lot of pros play, like especially like the friend. I know the friend is really good with Soldier, like crazy good. Uh, I still don't. Soldier, maybe he just had a bunch. Because especially like characters like Bastion, Soldier's really good when it comes to like singling out characters like Widow, Zenyatta. Maybe it's just me, of course, my personal reference, but Soldier, I don't know. Especially with characters with armor too, it's kind of really hard to put off damage, and especially shooting down shields and all that. I still rather would choose Hanzo over him and other characters that put out more damage out, bro, like Junkrat. I know you're probably not going to see Junkrat main, but Junkrat player and high rank like Grandmasters, Masters, or Diamond. But you definitely gonna say it down here because, like I said, at the end of the day, I believe that meta doesn't affect us where I'm at because we just our game. I can say our game knowledge isn't really that good. I believe mine is, but not every individual player who's in gold right now in Overwatch on console. Um, Brigida, um, Brigida's shield got nerfed the 500 health. The biggest thing what I hear about people is, oh, I'm tired of shooting at Brigida's shield. I can't kill her. Blah blah blah. She's slow. Basically, I have to treat Brigida like a tank. I feel that if you're playing, like, let's say you're playing Hanzo, I don't think you should find yourself in a situation where you're trying to 1v1 and Brigida with Hanzo because you're probably going to lose. I mean, yeah, you use the storm arrows to take out shield mostly, but if she gets close enough near you, you're dead. With the shield bash, 2 hits from the flail, then a whip. That's 70. That's a 1 hit kill rate. Well, kill rate there. Even though it puts all the cooldowns on, or puts all their abilities on cooldown, you're gonna lose. But basically what I'm trying to say is, I personally believe that Brigida's not hard to counter. I listen Sombra, of course, the hack, Pharah, Soldier, Junkrat, Hanzo. You can throw Widow Widow and Hanzo. I guess you could say that you're gonna have to try to find a line of sight that you can shoot her around her shield and all that. But her shield's at 500 health now. I believe that's equal as a Winston's bubble. So basically, it's 100 health that you don't have to take away. I know. I know a lot of people thinking, oh, it's not really going to affect anything. It's still going to be kind of hard to take the shield away. I guess you could say that. And yeah, I've done watch a couple of streams where a couple of videos where I was watching I believe it was your Overwatch or maybe it was Styloso. They were talking about Brigida how how bad she's problem is, or how controversial she is in the middle right now or in the game. I heard that he said that if she shield bashes you or shield bashes an enemy, her shield should like break. I find that very fucking stupid. I also remember your Overwatch sending out a tweet saying that Brigida's shield should have a critical spot where if you hit it, uh, I remember them saying that it's like Destiny 2. Destiny 2, the Cabal. There's a type of character of the Cabal where he puts his shield up and like right in the middle of the shield is I know I'm pointing out my watch time. Sorry, I know this is dumb, but right in the middle of the shield is a quick spot where if you shoot it, it basically breaks the shield really quick. And he was talking about, oh, Brigida should have this, so she wouldn't be such of a problem. I'm all about balance. I'm not saying Overwatch is perfectly balanced. I'm not saying that. I know some of the characters are still broken, they're fixed, they're niche. I understand all that, but Overwatch, I guess I'm trying to figure it out in the hard way. What I retreated was that if you're going to put a critical spot on Brigada Shield, you should do it for all shield tanks. I just find it unfair that you got. I know it kind of sounds like I'm defending a person in real life, and I don't want you going after that one person. I just find that unfair. I mean, I know it's a game and all that, but still, that's why I feel about Brigida. If you're gonna go after her saying she'd have a critical shield spot, then you should go to yourself too. Um, yeah, that's one thing I want to know. Let me know if whether you like Brigida or you don't like her. Also, do you like her in her story wise too? Do you like her being Reinhardt's partner and all that, fixing his armor and going on adventures? It's a 2-part question. Whether you like her in the game and how she plays, yes or no, and also do you just like her as a character? That's it. I'm gonna try to go on Overwatch, play a couple more comp matches, see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better than this. But this is Michael, and I'm signing out.